Welcome back to another episode of the Maturity Project. I'm your host, Chad Everett Broshears. Today's conversation is about being grateful for not getting what you want, right? Garth Brooks sang about this, and by the way, yeah, it's a song that he sang, right? It's Unanswered Prayers. Not a bad one. Not a bad song at all. Especially when you really look at what it's about, right? Be grateful for what you don't get that you want. There's plenty of things that I've wanted in my life that ended up becoming the thing that, like, if I would have had it, if it would have been something that I got, it would have caused me more problems than what I thought it was going to bring to me. Some of that has just been like looking back in hindsight to a previous relationship and saying, God, I'm so grateful that didn't work out. I mean, at the time, I wanted nothing more. And now looking back, I'm like, I wouldn't have had these experiences had it worked out. Now, granted, I would have had different experiences. But also, there are things that time will tell you the truth of that you can't see when you're in it. And when you look back, your emotional state has changed as many times it has. You've evolved or developed or matured. You can look back and say, oh, I know that I wouldn't have appreciated that. I'm very happy with who I am now, and that would have been upsetting to, be stuck in that, or to, like, couldn't imagine how my world would have turned out with that person involved. It could be, hey, I really want to, in the business sense, right? I really wanted to buy this business, and I was really working hard on it. It was just one more that we were going to bring into the family. The business, as a whole, we thought about buying a subsidiary or something. And I'm so glad that it didn't work out. I see now that the market dried up for that, or that particular state became a problem in such a way, like something's come to light, or later on down the road, you're like, yeah, transportation could have been a problem out of there, or some natural disaster actually took out the main area. Something, you don't know, right? But you can look back and go, that's a good thing, because that would have been a significant degree of heartache for me. And it could be something as simple as, yeah, I don't really, I don't know. I'll come up with another one that's going to be incredibly close to, or very light. I guess it's really, this conversation seems to be more beneficial for the things that are really obvious, because now as I'm going over it, I'm like, I don't think that's going to be necessarily that much of an impactful thing to talk about when you talk about, like, something that's very low end on, being grateful for not getting what you wanted. But you could, it's really easy, because you can say, you know what, I really wanted to get on this investment, and I missed the window. It really sucks. So that's horrible. And then you find out the next day, like it was Enron. If you're not familiar with Enron, that's one worth looking up. No, you just don't. You have no idea. It's you can invest your money, and then, or you can hold on to it and go, you know what, I'm actually incredibly grateful I didn't, because I would have went in heavy, and it would have been detrimental had I actually invested in that. But you see, that's money, right? What about your time? What about your attention? Here's the thing that I like about it, is I like to learn from everything. Learn from everything. Every little thing you can. Even things that I have done many times before, I still try to learn from it. I am so incredibly grateful for every single unanswered prayer that I've given, or the thing that I have pursued and I wasn't, I was denied access to, or not able to get, or didn't work out, or whatever that thing is, right? The non-success of that particular pursuit. Now that I look back, I'm like, I am so incredibly grateful. The lessons this taught me along the way have been substantial. And if my life were easier than it has been, then I wouldn't have as much of an insights into things as I currently do. I look at opportunities and challenges I look at every challenge as an opportunity. So much so that I even started it with that, because a challenge is always opportunity to me, just like Pandora's box. That method using Pandora's box, by the way, for the people that have watched the video, you know what I'm talking about to a great degree. If you haven't, I do have several videos that are on Pandora's box. But the simple gist of it is that Pandora's box is where you keep the chaos of your life. The things that you don't want to experience again, or the things you're trying to avoid, you try to keep it in that box. It's some place to keep something. And then when it shows up, you kind of understand what your retreat method is. Using a different approach to Pandora's box is to complete whatever those challenges are that showed up. The challenges that show up that you refuse to convert into lessons become chaos. So it's challenge, lesson, or chaos. Lesson or chaos. Challenge, lesson, or chaos. You pick it. There are a lot of things that, if it hadn't been for those challenges, then the chaos that ensued for the things that I didn't have time to take on, or that I didn't know how to take on, or whatever, that gives you that option to kind of quarantine off the problem enough that you can find resources to deal with it. It's a way of holding it at bay until you can get the right strengths in place to help you. So, unanswered prayers, they can fit in that box. It's like, hey man, I was really upset that didn't work out. Now I can look back and be like, oh, cool. Yeah, let me take that out of the bin of history that is in there with chaos and frustration and upset, and let's take it out of there and relish at the fact that, hey, that actually turned out in my favor. The Wheel of Fortune favored me there, but it didn't seem like it at the time. So something that's a missed opportunity could easily turn into the thing you put into Pandora's box as well, because you could sit there and torment yourself with it, which would be a form of chaos onto yourself, which is you're not letting yourself rest. So if you're sitting there and you're going, I wish I would have invested in this particular stock, well, now you're going to beat yourself up every time you're reminded of that stock if you see it's performing well, better than what it would have had you actually invested. So just be grateful for unanswered prayers, man. Look back at stuff. Give yourself the privilege that it didn't work out, and it didn't work out in your favor. And what did work out, or what was in its place, consider that may have been the thing that you really needed to do, or the direction you really needed to go in. Yeah, be grateful for those unanswered prayers, man. I don't want to get into politics, but we could easily have that conversation now. Anyway. All right. Well, that's a Maturity Project. I am your host, Chad Everett Brochures. Today is a short video for the fact that how much can I talk about unanswered prayers other than hindsight going, it actually worked out for the best. And I need to learn how to deal with not having the thing work out with more grace, more maturity. We got this. All right, guys and gals. Thank you for tuning in again today. And I do suggest, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, subscribe to it. If you have, and you'd like to know whenever these videos go live, make sure you hit the bell notification and tell it to give you the notification that I'm live, or that I've got a new video up, so that you'd have access to it pretty quick. Pick something in the morning every day. If you were to take a tip from the Maturity Project, pick something in the morning or the beginning of your day, whatever time of day it is. Pick something and say, this is my progress for the day. Now, my goal is minimum to understand or to experience this by 1% more than I've experienced it previously. Keep doing this. Things will start turning up. This is the equivalent of being a gold miner, and you're going out to the river with your little pan, and you're going to go see if you can find some gold out of the river. There's going to be a whole lot of, nope, that ain't gold. Nope, that's not gold. Back and body's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to go through a lot, but eventually you'll start finding these little nuggets. And then you'll start to potentially find a pattern where those things are coming from. And before you know it, you may actually find the vein that it's coming from. Or you sharpen your skills so you can identify easier, so you're not just sitting there mindlessly all day long trying to, just scoop up some rocks and shake it out. You're actually doing a lot more for yourself. It's all about the structure and the strategy. Let's learn from yesterday's challenges and make them into today's successes. We grow through what we go through. All right. Share the video with the person in your life that you want to make a meaningful conversation with. And, help me with the algorithm, will you? we're a community. So we have actually a couple of really great things that are coming up tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be hosting a conversation about crabs versus ants and how to build the better version of people around you, or to enroll the people around you into working with you in a way that is supportive of your goals and helping them share their lessons in life with you so you can grow and develop in the process as well. And how do you identify who's a crab, who's an ant? So I'll go over that tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in the call, and you, by the way, today is November 6th, 2024. If you go to Facebook and find the Maturity Project on Facebook, it's my professional page there. It'll have some of that, as well as subscribe to that, or follow that particular page. I will update and put out more in the future. So 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights right now is the plan until further notice, and it will be something different every week that I'll be speaking on. And it's more just I'll speak about something, and then we'll have some Q&A and just to see how the conversations flow and what we can do as far as opening doors. So this is a community thing. This is to help put us all together. We all have every resource that we possibly need. We just need to bring them together to figure out how to actually best create the most supportive systems possible. Let's build everyone up on an individual basis instead of just trying to go after some sort of group. Okay? All right. Till next time. Don't forget, the road to hell, the path to hell, paved with good intentions. We don't need to go there. We can start laying the bricks in the direction to our own heaven. We just got to start working it. Now, follow that yellow brick road, baby. All right. Till next time. We'll catch you on the next one. Let's get up to something. Let's get up to it together. Shall we? See ya.